And now, from Norwich, it's the Quiz of the Week.
Hello guys, welcome to the stream. I apologise for the very slight late start. I'll be honest with you, I have a guest coming on and we were just having a bit of a chit chat and I went, I forgot the time. So we're about a minute or two late starting. So I have put the link in the chat. It's at the top of the chat. I know some channels, what they do is they post it, they pin it. But if you, I don't know how to pin it. But if you want to come and join me, you are more than welcome. We have got one person on. We've got Chris Davis. How are you, my good friend?
Yeah, good, you?
I'm all right. So the nature of the beast with this stream is that I just want to do another stream before I go back to London tomorrow morning. This is probably going to be a mistake because I haven't even started packing and I've got to be up about 5 in the morning. But hey ho, I'll just do what I just normally do every time I go. Just lob everything in a suitcase and hope it all fits. So the nature of the beast today is that we are just doing whatever. Just come along, have a chill out. What I've decided to do today, I've been sorting the house out. I've got a what do you call it, person who comes in and pays you money, lodger. So we've been trying to sort the house out and we've got all this stuff. I've been spending all week sorting the house out and we've collected up all of this stuff to go in the attic. And I was up in the attic, he's passing it all up, and then I came across stuff that I put in the attic before. And what it is Hachette have brought out a third series of Warhammer, which I'm doing. You'll see it on my channel. It's called Warhammer Stormbringer. I think this is actually the 5th one. I'm sure they've done 2 40k ones. Now, I did collect one of the 40k ones and I just didn't have time to do it. So I just let me, and I ended up cancelling it because I thought, why? I'm not interested in Space Marines and why am I paying for stuff that I'm not interested in and haven't got time? Then I tried to do the Warhammer Age of Sigmar Mortal Realms one, and I got quite a few, but same situation again. I am doing the Stormbringer because I am enjoying it. But I came across this in the attic. It's issue 34. And what you get with 34 is a Dominion of Sigmar statue. Now, this is mostly gold. And what you normally get, you normally get a sprue of stuff or you get paints. Sometimes you might even get both, but very rarely. So I thought I'll just pop it together. It's mostly, basically, it's. I mean, I like doing stone. You find that when you paint figures, well, aircraft as well, or anything, you tend to find there's something that you will find easy and someone else will find it hard, but then they can do something that, they find easy what you can't. And I just have to be able to do stone really well. And I really enjoy it. And it's got 2 little fiery things and I can do fire as well. But it's basically gold with trim, but I won't get it finished today. You know me. I tried doing my Sky Raider the other day. I don't think I touched it. Right, let's catch up with the appropriate chat. So there's the message right at the top. If you want to come and join us, you're more than welcome to. Obviously, there will be a very minimal amount of vetting. I won't just have weirdos off the street come in. So Dominique says, Penny, you are not live, can be seen on YouTube. I apologize for that. I was supposed to be doing an unboxing. But I actually edited my stream yesterday, and today I did the double unboxing yesterday. If you didn't see the unboxing, please watch it, because what I did is I unboxed 3 mystery boxes over 2 days. The first day was the Airfix box. I haven't rated them as such. I've given a tick in what area, which one I thought did best. It's very, very opinionated based on kits that I like, what things I would model, the size and everything. And I did the Airfix the other day, and I did 2 Tomcats. One was a 72 scale box, one is a 48 scale box. The quickest one to be delivered was the Airfix. The cost of the box, although they were £75 boxes, I got the Airfix one cheaper because I'm a club member, so I get 10% off all my purchases. There were 4 kits in the Airfix box, 6 in the 72 scale Tomcat one, and 3 in the Tomcat 48 box. So Tomcat 72 technically wins on that one. Kits that I would have bought if I walked into a shop: 2 for Airfix, none. Right, now let me explain this. None for the Tomcat 72 box. The reason being is I don't scale in 72. If I saw a nice kit in 1 to 72, my first question is, I like that. Do you have it in 48 scale? But all 3 of the Tomcats 48 ones I would have bought. Some very nice kits. Probably my favorite is the F4 Phantom, the Vietnam Theatre, which I'm going to do in RAF Lakenheath markings. To be honest with you, probably a stupid rating. Kits that I liked, we opened up the kits and I actually liked all of them. Now, here's the great bit. I didn't look at the cost of buying it all. I looked at how much I could have bought the kits individually, and I tried to even it all out by using Scale Model Shop, which is a trusted shop for me. I don't buy all of my kits there. I buy my kits either from Tomcat to Scale Model Shop or MJR Hobbies. But I looked at all the kits and all the kits that I would buy. Now, Airfix gave a total saving of $22.78 on the box. But looking at just the kits that I would have bought, I actually overspent by 91 pence. I technically paid for 2 kits that I liked for 75 quid, and then they chucked 2 in for free. The 48 scale box, it came to £107.97, which is a saving of £32.97. Great deal. That's almost a kit for free, isn't it? Mm-hmm. But the one that blew me away was the 72 scale box. Now, I wouldn't have bought any of them, so I technically, on that basis, wasted. I mean, I'll do the kits and I'll enjoy the kits, but the value difference was £103.92. There's £178 worth of kits in there for 75 quid. If you don't mind doing 72 scale kits and you just want, we're all penny pinching at the moment, aren't we? If I said to you, if I was on a market stall or whatever, and I said, look, I'll give you £178 worth of kits for 75 quid, you probably wouldn't believe me, or you'd say, oh yeah, what lorry did they fall off? I still think he steals them, I think he steals them off the back of a lorry. I can't understand how he can do them so cheap. But yeah, they're absolutely amazing boxes. And there's one that he's given me, I think it's for a bit of a challenge. It's the Horton Ho 229. And it looks absolutely amazing because you get all the insides, all the struts, and then you get the actual wing, which if you don't glue it on, you can take the wing off and see all the interior. I'm not talking about the interior in the cockpit. I'm talking about all the fuel tanks and the struts and the wings, and they look amazing. Anyway, so because I'd edited this stream for today, it defaulted the time to something else, and I didn't realize it. Had I realized, I would have set it for 8 o'clock. It's always meant to be 8 o'clock. That's my stream time. So you see, I said I didn't realise. So I said to Don, why don't you join us? But unfortunately, Dan, I say unfortunate for us. So Anfield Road in the Loft has joined us with the correct name today. He says hi. Little History says hi. Lord Peter Webster says hi, Penny Chris. Peter Webster, I need your postal address, but I can't tell you why. Well, I've probably given it away. Why haven't I? Lord Peter Webster says hi, Dom Lee Terry. Little History says Lord Peter Webster, hi Pete, how are you, matey? Anfield Road in the Loft says hi. I'm good, cheers, Terry. Hi, Chris. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Is the chat caught up? So you all know what I'm doing. What are you up to, Chris?
Making a mess. No, joking.
No, that's fine.
No, doing this.
So I believe you've got a big old strip in the corner there, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you're a rugby fan, and I know you're from Wales. Are you happy today?
They done well, like.
Yeah. Were they worth that result?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Brilliant. Right. Well, look, guys, I'm gonna switch my camera, and I'm actually gonna build something in this video. I've been doing a lot of playing and testing and stuff. Like my YouTube videos, I've normally got a partition on my hard drive, so all my files are on there. I've now got myself. That's brilliant. I didn't realize I had this. Let me pull it out and show you. Well, actually, what it was, I'll give you the brief story. I had a lodger, and not a very good lodger. You know all about him, Chris, don't you? He left owing me money, but he also left leaving all of his stuff behind. Now, I had to check up on the laws and the rules, and the rules aren't very clear on what to do with lodger stuff if they move out and leave it. Now, I did say to him, I think what the rules say is that you've got to give them a reasonable amount of time to collect their stuff. If they haven't collected their stuff within a reasonable amount of time, you can dispose of it. And if you make any money on the disposal, that money actually belongs to them, which I think is all reasonable rules, isn't it? Mm-hmm. But you are allowed to deduct reasonable costs from what you make. Now, he left quite a bit of stuff behind, and I gave him plenty of time just to even organize coming, which he never bothered. And what I've done is I've got rid of a lot of stuff, and the stuff that I've kept, like the microwave and this, that, and the other, I've actually deducted a reasonable second-hand value off what he owes me. And I'm making sure I don't sell it for more than he owes, But one of the things that he's left behind, look at this. This is it. This is a hard drive. Right. How small it is. That is made for bus drivers that travel to London with a suitcase. Now, that's actually a 1 terabyte hard drive. So,
that's isn't it?
Yeah. So this in the palm of my hand is my entire YouTube world.
Cool. I got one myself.
Yeah. I mean, I actually bought one, and it wasn't, well, I thought it was quite cheap, but it wasn't, it wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. So yeah, that's handy. I'm in the process of, I wanted to set my camcorder up and use it as a streaming camera, a web camcorder. Yeah, camcorder. But unfortunately, I don't know if this is normal or not. You can't seem to connect more than one webcam on a bank of USBs that's all connected in the same area. So for me, I can only connect 4 webcams because I've got the USB ports in the front. I've got some in the back. Then I've got some in 2 slots. So I can only use one of those areas. Now, the only one that I've got free is the front of the PC. And the lead isn't long enough to reach So basically what's going to happen longer term, if you watch any of my videos, I record like this. Yeah. Now, this camera is going, right? Now, in the corner, I usually have this camera, right? That camera is going and going to be replaced by the webcam. I won't need that corner one anymore because the camcorder is zoomable. So I can actually get this view and this view with the same camera just by zooming in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, right, so that's my front view camera, which is a cheap webcam. It now means that the camera, can you see the, no, it's not, yeah, no, that's the light. Haha, right, so the camera that's high up looking down, which is a very expensive Logitech StreamCam, that's now going to become my front-facing camera. And one of the great things about it is it auto focuses rather quickly. And now this one here, which keeps getting in the way, that's going. That's going. So I'll have one less webcam in the USB ports. So if I want to put another webcam on, for example, I could make an area on the desk, put a nice little cushion down, and if the cat, and I could have it as cat cam, couldn't I? So I could have the cats in the corner of the screen if I wanted to. Or I could just stick with less cameras. And less cameras means it's using less computer resources, which means everything runs smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
Dominique says that I use a Stream Deck. Yes, I do use a Stream Deck. The Stream Deck isn't compatible with these browser-based broadcasting softwares. I really wish they were. And I keep writing to them and saying, is there any way? And they don't write back. I don't know if it is possible, but it would be rather handy. And then I could just press a button. I could bring guests in. I could mute guests. I could kick guests off, change cameras. But one of the great things about the camcorder, I don't know what the normal price of a camcorder is. And when I'm talking money here, I am talking a lot on anyone's books, but it was £400, and it's got a little thingy on Wi-Fi on it, so I can actually control things from my mobile phone. So I could zoom it in and out all from them. So I could have it high up out of reach because I don't need to reach it because I've got my mobile phone, and it's just brilliant. But like I say, I haven't got a lead long enough. So I bought a new lead for it, which is about £8. And that's 3 meters long. And that will certainly reach around the desk. It's got to go from the front on the side, tuck it underneath, out the back, and up to the monitors. So what do I use? When you say what do I use, do you mean the Stream Deck? Because I can't remember the names they give them, but I use the medium one. This actually, it's all to do with the number of buttons. Let me change to, right. So that's the menu that I've got for my scale models. That's how many buttons I need per stream. I've got start here. So I press start here and it sets all up ready to start the stream. I have It's Show. I love that button. That's my favorite button. It's called It's Showtime. And what it does is that's got multi options on it. Not multi options, when it does more than one thing. And it mutes my mic, it plays the intro, it changes the camera as well, the intro's playing. And then, if you watch any of my pre-recorded videos, believe it or not, that's all done in one take. Most of the time there's no editing. There's options to change cameras. Now, if I had the smaller one, there isn't enough buttons, but you can make as many buttons as you want because all you do is you make sub menus. Look, this is my home screen. So just before I start filming, I press this button that's what should we do? Should we do Eddie Stobart? So
Yeah, go on.
I press that one for Partworks. Then I select that button, which is Eddie Stobart. And then there's all my options for Eddie Stobart. If I was to do the fire truck, I'd press that button instead. I mean, it took me hours to set them up. Now you can get one that's got even more buttons.
Yeah.
But that's just pure overkill for me. What's the point in having 20 buttons if 15 of them are left blank? Like you can see on there, some of my buttons are still blank.
Yeah.
3 of them are blank. So that's all I really need. So yeah, I do use Stream Deck. As for the camcorder, I'll be back in half a tick.
Yeah, cool.
So this is the one I've got, and I want to get another one now because I just think it's brilliant. It's the Panasonic something HCV 785, and it's absolutely brilliant because it's got the little tripody thing on there, so I can connect it up. Then the little monitor thing comes out, which is swivelable.
Yeah, cool.
You've got 270 degrees on that one, so I would set it up like that because of where the screw bit is, which means I can set that up. Looks like I'd have to do. No, that's correct. So I tell you what, guys, let me get the cable. I'll plug it in and I'll hold it up as far as I can, which won't be full. I ain't getting any modelling done again, am I? I've got to just figure out what I've done with the cables now. Are you trying to scratch my door sill? Door frame? Because if you are, I'll have to kill you. So I was talking to the cat there. And you know I wouldn't really kill them, don't you?
Yeah.
Good. Right, okay. Can't think what I've done with the cable. Right, here we go. So, to connect it to the computer, you take this, I call it mini USB, but on the other end you've got HDMI, but you need to buy one of these. It's a video capture card plug, and it's got USB on it, and it tricks the PC into thinking that you've got that it's an HDMI, and it's plugged into the USB. So, as I say, it's only, I think it's a meter long camera cable. Oh. All right, there we go. So this is coming through my camcorder.
That's really good.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's on 1x zoom. So this is the same view as my high up camera, but it's got up to 20x zoom. So can you see that I can do that for me normal straightforward modeling? And then if I'm doing something like the Eddie Stobart trailer or the fire truck,
Yeah.
you can't get much in there. So you just zoom that up. So, I can get my entire cutting mat on there. I'm really sorry about the mess, guys. Can you see how I just make a convenient space just for filming? So, yeah. Once I get there, I think that's well worth the money.
Yeah.
So you're tricking the computer into thinking you've got a webcam when it's a camcorder. So this is actually going to replace 2 webcams. Now, a good webcam is going to cost you £100 to £200. So I've actually got rid of 2. I think one of these webcams was over £100. How much is a stream cam these days? I know I got it when it first came out.
I don't know.
So it's quite expensive. The overhead one, I stick with my trusty Logitech 920. Now, what Logitech tend to do, you'll buy them and they'll be like £150.
Yeah.
then all of a sudden, they're on sale somewhere for less than 100 quid. And that's when I buy them. But the trouble with, I don't know if this is normal, but you can't have two of the exact same camera, especially with browsing software, and you can't have them in the same USB powered bit strip, whatever it's called. So that's why I've got a Logitech 920 and a Logitech 930. So let me just do some catch up because I'm really, really excited right now. I've got an absolutely wonderful person. This is confusing. Is it Chris or not Chris, or Penny and not Penny? It's whatever you want to be. Tell you what, if you hit that like and subscribe button, then I'll be anything you want. No, don't keep me to that. I have that too. Multifunction, high P40 F20, Webster. This guy, P40F, come and join us if you want, P40. You're more than welcome to. I know you've been on my stream a couple of times, and you certainly do enhance every stream you come on.
Yeah,
but I know I did. Obviously, part of modelling for me. I'm no expert. I don't make out to be an expert. But one of the joys of modelling for me is learning things. Obviously, if I do, I don't know, a Spitfire Mark 13, I don't know even if there is one, then obviously as I'm building it, I'll learn about it. So one of the models, I never even heard of the model company. Was it GWH? I didn't actually know what it meant. I think I guessed. And then I woke up this morning to a comment. It means Great Wall Hobbies, you know. And this is why I love this guy, because I've learned so much of him. And we disagree a lot, but we always do it with respect. I've got a lot of time. If you disagree with me respectfully, I have a lot of time for you. It's when you go, no, I am right, fact. Well, you know, people who write the word fact at the end of their sentences. It's a modeler's privilege to have a working desk. Listen, guys, I used to say, I'm sorry about the desk. It's a bit messy. I'm sorting it out. Anyone who's subscribed to my channel for a certain length of time knows that I say those words, but I don't really mean it. The only time I ever have a tidy desk is when I've just built a brand new desk. That's usually when it's tidy for about 2 days. Peter Webster says, don't forget the thumbs up, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Sent my address, Penny. Lovely. I'm glad you trust me that much. So now we can send all that dog poop through the mail to him now that we were talking about Chris. No, I'm just joking. So, yeah, the only problem I've got is with upgrading my equipment. Because I've got different builds at different stages. So, for example, the fire truck is finished, and I've got videos all the way up to November. The Warhammer has only got videos up to October. The Eddie Stobart's done all the way up to. I'm a bit annoyed. I think my Eddie Stobart should have come this week, and it hasn't arrived. But that's done all the way up to December. The Infinity Gauntlet's done up to November. Part work that's coming out on Friday is done all the way up to October. And Scale Model Saturday is done all the way up to October as well. So what I don't want is for you to suddenly be watching videos and you go, oh, this is nice quality. And then the next day, it's like, what's going on? This is completely... And then the next day, you're like, oh, yeah, that's back to nice quality. So I'd like to sort of bring it in from a certain week. So the way I'm thinking, I am taking a mainstream break over Christmas. So I'm thinking, do you know what? I think I might revamp my channel for the new year. Gives me plenty of time to sort it out. So that gives me plenty of time to plan things then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I think I'll get away with using the camcorder for some builds in the meantime, because obviously they, like with the scale models, they know I'll be doing some from the hotel and some from home. so you'll get mixed quality within the video. But you know, it's just the way it's going to have to go. But
When's one of them though? To run some recordings.
yeah, I'd like to see you get into recordings. You know, if you get into Lego or something, you can just do a few bits. Because I see when I start filming this scale models, I'm a little bit worried because of the time that I've got. I'm more suited to building a small bit and talking a lot more. I couldn't possibly put out a whole kit every week. I know some channels do, and we've got another lovely trusted guest. We have got Lee.
Hello, Kenny. Hello, Chris.
Oh, put your hat back on. Just joking. I saw your hat in an earlier stream today. Is that Aston Villa?
No.
Oh, do you know what? I thought that was Aston Villa, but
No.
Was it Man United?
yeah. I'm in
Back
shock.
on.
I'm in shock. My team actually had a good win today.
Right, who's that?
Wycombe Wanderers and Celtic. Celtic
Oh,
as
God.
well. Well, actually, to be honest with you, if you look at Celtic result, when you see what they're capable of, I think 3-0 you could say isn't a good result.
I'm going to try and.
Right.
I've redone everything. I've got everything's been changed a lot on the system. I've plugged a lot more into the back of
I
the
did
tower.
notice. I do like that camera angle you had. Actually, that looks good. Even
This
though
one's
one-
off my desk cam because my other one's just been playing up. Let me see if
That sounds like me. That does.
no, it's playing up.
Let me just do a quick catch up on chat. So Dominic,
cameras is
very
playing
quick.
up.
Dominic, very quick to defend Pete. Oh no, don't send dog poop to Peter. And then he's put, you don't deserve that, Peter. You're too good. I totally agree. If I had to make a list of everyone I would send dog poop to, Peter would be below the list, below my family members. Some of my family members.
And I can't get my usual camera back.
Oh no! Does that mean we'll have an unusual you today?
I'm going to go out. I'll leave and come back.
That's up to you. Lord Peter Webster, thank you, Dom, means a lot, buddy. And Lord Peter Webster says, Jackie would evict Lee if he wore a Man United cap. I can imagine that. Right, guys, so what are you all up to today? I'm talking to people in chat. So try and get the conversation going. And I'm going to switch my camera view because I am absolutely determined to get something done. Anything, just something. So I've just given away who I work for and what my driver number and PIN number is. So there'll be people watching this video back now. So what I'm working on today, I'm not going to be following. I mean, I'm not going to finish it today. I'm not going to finish. I'm not going to follow the color coding exact, mainly because I haven't got all those paints. But I'm just going to have some bit of fun with it. I mean, it's a magazine that's surplus to requirements, and it's got a nice little figure in it. So I do think you get very good. I mean, you get the part workers, no names being mentioned, who I think it's a mistake. But what they do is they rate each part work based on that one part work rather than looking at the big picture. Now, with the series of Warhammer, you do save a hell of a lot of money when comparing to buy these in the shops. But even looking at them on an issue-to-issue basis, most of the time, well, actually, you don't always win because sometimes you just get a pot of paint, and the pot of paint is about £3, and you're paying like this one was $7.99. That's how old the magazine is, like $7.99. And I don't use Citadel paints much now anyway. I really am a fangirl of AK Interactive. I don't care what anyone says. It works really well for me. And I always say, it's the thing. I mean, I've got a few pots of other brands, And I generally say to people, you know, if it works for you, it's not broken. Why change? You know, if I had the entire range of Tamiya paints and I'm happy using them, and then someone comes along and says, oh, you got to buy Mr. Color. Why? I'm happy with the paints I've got.
Yeah.
Peter Webster says, they say where there's muck, there's brass. Yeah, but I'm the sort of person, I'll buy brass and I'll end up with a load of muck. Crafty Chris says, good evening, Penny and Chris. How are you, Crafty Chris? How's that beautiful little kitten of yours? Beautiful, beautiful. I was having a chat with Chris the other day, and she had this little kitten on her shoulder just falling asleep. And all I'll say, I mean, you probably know this anyway, treasure those moments. I mean, my kitten's a little bit older, and she's getting to that cuddly stage. She does love a little bit of a cuddle. She's got to that stage where she's rubbing her head against you a lot. But those little cuddly falling asleep moments, they don't last forever. Lord Peter says, hi, Chris. Dominic says, I don't do Warhammer, but I have D&D. I think that's nice. Yeah, I've got a couple of D&D figures, and they look nice. I mean, because I don't play D&D and I don't play Warhammer, it enables me to be very selective in what I buy. I think if that looks nice, I'll have it. And I think that's chat caught up.
And I've had this as well from Smith Speeds. Thanks for that.
Nice. See, Smith Speeds are wonderful, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, so that I know what that is. That's release paper. Should I tell you how I know what it is? Because they've written up on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you put that release paper on, it's funny stuff. It's like greaseproof paper. One side is kind of waxy. If you put the non-waxy side down, you are going to have a bad day. So he does, and apparently I think he's had a lot of complaints before about people who have bought it. Hello. It's all right. You won't be seen on camera anyway because I've got me downward. Me Lodge is just putting his washing out. What say you're being followed by a cat? Yeah. I would let them out on the balcony, but I don't know if they would take a leap of faith off the second floor balcony. Yeah, so yeah, apparently he's had a few complaints. Oh, people going, oh, it's stuck, it's ruined my diamond painting. And of course, his rightful attitude would then be, well, if you've done it wrong, it's not really our problem, is it? But that's not very diplomatic. This is very hard plastic. I do like this. It's quite thick. I don't know where I stand with Citadel Games Workshop prices because they are expensive, but you do also get quality goods from them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they probably are expensive. And I think it's a little bit mean that, well, I can see it from a business point of view. When you go into Games Workshop, you play a game in the store, you can only use figures that you bought from Games Workshop. So if you manage to find a company that sells cheaper figures, tough, you ain't using them. So
It's making a bit of a starting point.
I mean, like you can hear, that's good, isn't it?
Up there, well,
Right. Nice.
I
I end up cutting mine up into smaller strips, not all of them.
yeah.
So Chris says he's fine. Just wish he would stop trying to climb my leg. Yeah, both of mine were the same. In fact, I had an incident a few weeks back, so just bear with me because I'm hearing noises that sound like cats. Hello, are you in love with V and you don't love me anymore? Why are you infatuated by him when I'm your favourite, not him? Sit and wait by the door. You know, I get up in the morning, so I always get up before V, and the first thing I do is feed them breakfast. And they're happy and they're meowing at me because they want breakfast. So I'll give them breakfast. And then as soon as they hear some stirring from V's room, they're waiting by his door and they're meowing at him, and I'm like, don't believe him. They've been fed. They just sound like they're really hungry and haven't eaten in 3 weeks. There we go. We've got Lee back. Hello, Lee. Are you back? Oh, yeah, that is much better.
Well, I've actually plugged a lot more in. I could have only had power a couple of days. I thought I'm going to mess around with it, and I've plugged most of the cameras other than 2 of them are plugged into the back of the lab, in back of the tower.
Yeah.
Even my mic is now. So when the tower comes on, my mic's recognised straight away. The only camera that's not on the back of the computer is my desk cam. That I'm going to go down desk cam because I have got something I'm working on.
Yeah. Well, I switched my mic today. I've gone back to the blue snowball, but I don't think that gives me quite. I think it's picking up too much background. So
They do. I had a blue snowball. They do pick up a lot of background.
Yeah, I've got one myself. I've got the black one.
I just don't feel it's giving me quite the quality that my cheap headphones are giving me. But I think streaming with no headphones on just looks a little bit better than having headphones. But you know,
yeah, my headphones have finally got the dust. My streaming headset.
I have never used Tamiya Extra Thin for Citadel miniatures. So I'm just going to glue a little bit at the bottom.
Tamiya Extra Thin. I use it with certain stuff, and it is decent glue.
Oh, it is good. I mean, I used 3 of them. That's stuck fine. That's absolutely fine. I use, most of the time I use the Extra Thin. At the hotel, because I used to use Plastic Magic. Now, Plastic Magic will work on ABS.
Yeah.
Whereas Tamiya, you need to buy a separate ABS glue for ABS, which I bought this before I realized Plastic Magic does ABS. So this was a waste of my money, really. But I do like the brush ones. And I now have the Holy Trinity of the glues. When I'm doing large areas where, you know, and I don't want that glue to evaporate, I use that, which is essentially the same as the old Humbrol and Revel glues. Then you got the Extra Thin, but the trouble with the Extra Thin is it evaporates too quickly. So you only really use it when you, like there, you use the capillary action. And then if I'm doing tiny small bits where perhaps I need to hold the part on, and it won't hold on itself, I'll hold it with a pair of tweezers. Then I'll use the quick setting because I don't want to be sitting there for 4 years. Is that you joined twice? Are you being selfish?
No. Sorry, I didn't know. I wasn't meant to do it that way.
Hello, you. Hello, my new favourite cat who's come to be cuddly and not sitting by the door waiting for V.
I don't know why I'd done it that way. I should have stopped camera and gone the other way. Take that one out. I'll go the proper way.
There you go. Anfield Road number 2 has been banished. Right. So Lord Peter Webb says you need to wrap carpet around your legs. Yeah, I can see you looking like, you know, those people who train attack dogs and they wear that big suit thing. I can imagine that was what Chris had looked like with carpet wrapped around her arms and legs.
That's what I used to do for a living.
Did you? What, train attack dogs?
I worked in security.
So you had dogs around you.
Yeah.
They must be well trained, aren't they?
I used to work for a dog section, and I used to love it. We'd be away weeks on end of months.
Yeah.
I'd go running across the field with the sleeve on, and then next minute the dog would literally be swinging off my arm.
Yeah. Oh, it's very hard to glue things when I've got cats nudging me.
That diamond dot looks good. I've got a diamond dot. I've got to start next couple of days.
Hey Lee, this is mine.
Oh, Swansea.
Yeah. We all clubbed together and we tell you what, we were all racking our brains over what to get Chris for Christmas. And then I just came up with what I thought was possibly a mad idea at the time. I said, why don't we all club in and get a diamond painting? And they're like, okay, what should we get him? And I'm like, I don't really know.
I won't be staying on late tonight. I've had a long day. I've been editing.
Well, you've been doing about 1,000 streams, haven't you, Lee?
I've been in today. I've only been in one stream today. I've only been in one today. I've got my own stream tomorrow, aren't I?
Right. I'll try and catch that, but I make no promises on a Sunday because by the time I get to the hotel, it's surprising how much travel wears you out.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. You're welcome to come on panel as well tomorrow, Chris.
Yeah, well, see, I'd like to get on Little History's show and tell stream, but he invited me on last week, and I said I really can't do last week because obviously I was packing to come home. And then tonight, A, I've got my own stream, and B, well, I should be packing. But yeah, I'm not.
You're going to pack in the morning?
Well, to be honest with you, I've done most of the packing because when I come home, because I hand wash my work clothes at the hotel. So when I come home just for a week, I don't bother bringing my work clothes home with me. I can't see the point.
Yeah.
They're clean enough at the hotel. So most of my suitcase is just personal stuff. Now, I did bring a lot of stuff home where I've been sort of trying things out. I brought a lot of stuff home, which I'm not taking back with me. So I'm actually probably going to end up with about half empty suitcase. And I go in my personal clothes. I don't take any extra with me because I only get 3 days off because I do 6 days a week.
Yeah.
I can't see the point in taking 3 changes of clothes.
No.
So I'll take the T-shirt, which I'll wear. I'll wash that a couple of times. I'll wash it and wear it. I'll take my jeans.
Yeah.
And my trainers. So all my work stuff's already at the hotel. So it's a bit of a hassle when I come back next time because I'm home for 3 weeks. So I will definitely bring those back. I'm going to glue this on before.
There we go. There's that building I've been working on. I've just done all the grass. I've got the doorway there today. There'll be a path going there. Path there, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's near enough finished. I've just got the flap here to glue on.
Nice. Yeah, here's a good example of where the extra thin won't work. Because the contact point is kind of in the middle of this piece. And I can't really get to it with the brush. So what I'll do with this one, once I've just cleaned it up.
Right. You need the little Q-tips like that.
Well, no, you just use the ordinary Tamiya.
Yeah, it'll run into it.
So we'll just pop a little bit on there like that, and it won't evaporate before I put the piece onto before I put the 2 pieces together. So, and it's very good for when you're doing wings because you've got a lot of glue up on there, haven't you? And
yeah.
That sticks fairly quickly. It won't be set for a while, and it won't be. I mean, it's good enough to paint over in about 3 or 4 minutes. So there you go. Well, that's nice. That's worked. I should have not done that yet, actually, because the value of doing sub-assemblies. Right, let's go for 8. I thought I cut that H10 off. I did. So in reality, I probably won't. Oh, don't cut the way I do, guys. Always cut away from yourself.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people that I will tell you the correct way to do something.
It's worse when you put a new scalpel blade in.
Oh, you know what? I am good with changing my scalpel blades.
I've just checked. We're cutting a lot of cardboard. I'm constantly changing them.
But I think I can honestly say I don't think I've had a single scalpel blade that I haven't cut myself with.
Yeah, I'm the same. I've stabbed myself on the live stream in the leg with the. I actually dropped it and it stuck him. It stabbed me in the leg.
I can't see where this is meant to go.
Something good, is it?
Oh God, I haven't even popped out chat.
So this actually would be a thin or quick dry. I think actually this will be an extra quick. Look, because the piece won't hold on itself into place. This is a good example of when you use extra quick drying. However, I haven't cleaned the part up well enough.
That's a bad. It's not cleaning your stuff properly.
I know. So, because it's sort of, there's a little stub there and it goes there. Now, if I let go, well, actually, that's not too bad. But I'd rather hold it in place, so I'll be holding it. So now I'm down to one hand. So I'll use the extra thin, quick setting. And then I won't have to sit there for ages holding it. And that will set literally within seconds, as long as you put enough glue on. Unless you pull it on. Now what?
I know we had it earlier today.
Oh, are you doing my trick, are you?
Yeah. You put something down and you lose it, don't you?
Yeah.
Right, good on myself.
It's not on one of my shelves. You know where you think I'm looking for me paths, me Metcalf piece of path I had. I don't know where I put it.
Oh, God, I can't read these numbers very well. Where's that gone? H. Oh, there it is. H. So, has anyone done this magazine, Warhammer Age of Sigmar?
I know someone that's probably done it. Ross. I can't think of his channel. Oh.
It's not called Ross Builds Warhammer by any chance, is it?
No, he does plastic kits as well.
Right. So again, because this connection point is underneath in the middle, I'll use a slow drying one on that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
How long do you think that'll take you then, Chris, that Diamond Dart?
No idea. Takes as long as it takes, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I've got one of the Flying Scotsman. I've got another one of the Flying Scotsman to do. I've got a Liverpool Ambulance one to do.
I used to have one of, they called it. It was a case of, we'll call it Flying Scotsman, you call it Flying Scotsman. Let's just say it's Flying Scotsman, but it came from China, so it was a green train, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee, I'll be doing this live on my channel Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah, I was having a look at your channel, actually, Chris.
Yeah.
Just having a little gander at your channel. You've done well.
Yeah, thank you.
You've done well subscriber rate as well.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm going in the direction of trying to hit if I get monetized, to get monetized, but I'm not bothered if I don't.
Yeah. I've got to the point where I've got enough subscribers and enough watch. No, is it something I need? And then I can start doing merchandise and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm already next month. I'm already
Yeah.
rolling out.
Well, the reason I've not hit the viewer rate is because obviously I've only been back on YouTube about a month, but I'm halfway there already.
Yeah, and I met you. I seen you in the streams through Crafty Chris.
Yes.
And all that, and then I just come over. Since then, the rest
Yeah.
is history.
Yeah, it's worth. I think it's always worth looking at people's channels. You know,
Oh,
you might end up not liking it, and that's fine. At least you're giving them a chance.
Yeah, I do a lot of building stuff. I've actually been cleaning track today.
Yeah.
I've got a bit more to clean tomorrow. It's got to be done before tomorrow night's stream because I'm gonna probably run trains tomorrow night.
Yeah, I might be hassling you for a bit of advice.
Hey, I'm there. Me about page has got my email on it as well as that. Don't know if you do Twitter.
I don't, because I don't. See, the thing is, right, Facebook, Twitter, and all these other things, if used properly, they're really good. But I just think there's too many people on there that have gone on with the attitude, I'm going to make $1 million.
Yeah,
And I'm going to do it
run
straight
by
away.
we're meant to be watching a movie tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I watch quite a bit of I've forgotten what it's called, that Chinese short video thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, you know what? I think I'm getting old and senile. You know, TikTok.
Yeah.
And I do.
Well, there's not much I can do anyway. The roof's been glued on that. It's finished. So there's not really much I can do with it. I've got a little bit of path I've got to do there. There must be
Scale Model Ninja.
Yes, that's what I mean.
I heard that name.
Yeah.
You know, I picked up a new what do you call it? A new channel today. I heard someone being mentioned, so I said I'll drop us a link. And then when I went on his channel, I noticed he's only a little channel in terms of
Scale Models Ninja Ross. He's a good guy.
Yeah, well, whoever it was today, so I dropped him a sub. I'll give it a look.
Oh, thank you for letting me up for a bit, Penny, but I'm going to have to bow out.
Yeah, no problems.
I did say to her I'd spend some time with her because I've been in and out of the hobby.
No, it's fine. It's just nice to get you even for a few minutes.
No problem. Sees you again. Probably see you around.
Yeah. Well,
see,
I
Chris, if
will be live streaming next week.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah, Lee, you on Facebook?
Yeah, go look out for me on Facebook under Anfield Road. I've got an Anfield Road Facebook.
Yeah, if you click onto my channel, right, is go to one of my videos. There's a Facebook link on my YouTube.
Yeah. I'll do that, Chris. I'll do it when I come off the panel, mate.
Yeah, no worries. I'll follow you.
Right.
Yes.
I don't like that bit I've just stuck on. It's just kind of sticking a little bit floating in the middle of nowhere. I've done it with quick drying.
Bye.
Bye. Take care, mate.
Take care, mate.
But yeah, it's just I've made a bit of a mess on that, so I might have to get I've got like a little fiberglass pen thing where you rub things down, because I'm not going to get in there with a file and stick. Yes.
I found a new tip, a hack right there. You know why I put the paper, right? I'm using it as a guide while I'm going down.
Yes. Best thing I can advise you to get is to get a thin piece of plastic. You can buy, I don't know if I've got it handy. Yeah, that'll do. If you get one of these white boats and stick it down upside down, that helps you get a straight line. And then once you've got a few lines in, it
Yeah.
all holds in. This is another good one to use as well. This is actually you stick this over, and then because it's got the grids in it, you can get the things in the right place. But if you just flip it over, you see that big solid edge?
Yeah.
Stick that down, line that up with the line, and then you can use that bit there as a straight edge. But always make sure that you've got at least one bit on one end that's not stuck to anything sticky. Otherwise, you'll have a bad day.
Yeah.
But you'll learn this, Chris. This is your what, first or second diamond painting?
Yeah, the first custom.
Now, you may well find a tip or trick that A, I've not thought of, and or B, doesn't work for me, but you think it's brilliant. And
Yeah,
that's fine. Right, let me do a... right, I lost 2 subs this week because I blocked them from my Facebook and YouTube, demanding gifts again. Yeah, that's rude, isn't it? I mean, don't get me wrong. I love it when people send me gifts. Hint, hint, not dropping any hints at all. But people send you stuff when they're ready. And I know Peter is a very generous person, but I don't think he can be that generous to everybody every day.
No.
You know, one day it's my turn, next day it's someone else's turn, and you know, you just have to wait for your turn to come around again if your turn is. But then this is the thing. It reminds me of a story actually. When my great aunt died many years ago, she had major beneficiaries.
Mm-hmm.
And she had, like, I don't know what the word was, but minor ones. And what they do is they give out all this money to the major people. They then wait about a year or two for debtors and stuff to make their claims on her property and this, that, and the other. And then what's left is then shared out between everyone that's left. And both my auntie and my mother, sisters basically, they got £1,000 each. Now my mother went, oh my God, that's brilliant. We can get that new carpet that we desperately needed and a new sofa. And my auntie just went, oh, is that it? She was loaded.
Yeah.
And I just thought, yeah, that sums them up. And, you know, I think I was brought up right. I appreciate what I got. And you can't, I mean, obviously I'm living on my own now. I fend for myself.
Yeah.
I'm in the big bad world. Every day I'm learning from life. I can't expect life to deal me a good hand every day, because if I do expect it, it's not going to happen. And past history tells me that I'm doing very well at work at the moment. You know, I make no secret about that. How long is it going to last? I really don't know. So all I can do is enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, I can relate to you in some ways in that way, Pan.
Say that again?
I can relate to you in some ways to what you just said.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm doing very, very well now. I don't need favors off anybody right now. You know, I can manage everything myself. Give me a month's time. What's going to happen? I really don't know. And I've just got to learn to enjoy the good times.
Exactly.
And, you know, I mean, it's a story I've come out with a lot. Is a couple of years ago when I started with the Flixbus in Leicester. You know this story. Because I've forced you to listen to it many times. I wanted a big TV, 55-inch TV, not top of the range TV, but just a big TV. It's your fault, Chris, because I've seen your TV. Your TV's massive. Now, you are registered blind, so I have no animosity towards you with your TV. It's.
Don't you know what I got now?
Well, I was about to say, if anything, your TV's too small given given your personal circumstances. But yeah, I've always wanted a big TV on the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do you know what? It's not going to be a top of the range one, but I'm going to have it. And I found this TV, and it was about 360 quid, 300 in that region. And what I did is every week I used to put £20 or £10, or I think I put, no, it was £20 a week. And this wasn't just to do with the TV, but I worked out if I put £20 a week away, that's £1,000 come Christmas for me to do whatever I want with. I can go out and give it away if I want, and I've, it's mine. Well, because I started at this bus company in July, obviously I was never going to save up £1,000 by Christmas, but I was on target to get about 400 quid. Anyway, I was getting very, very close to being able to get this TV for around about Christmas or January.
Yeah.
And then my tyres went on the car.
Oh, yeah.
And it cost me about 150 quid for two new brand new tyres.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't whinge and moan too much because I'm grateful I had the money.
Mm-hmm.
But it had to come out of the savings for the TV. Then I changed my job. Then I had a few problems.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I ended up getting that TV last year. And you know what? I absolutely love that TV because it took me over a year to save up for it. And do you know what? I bloody well earned it.
Yeah.
And do you know, when you get things handed on a plate to you, do you really appreciate them that much?
Depends on what circumstance.
If you have Peter Webster sending you something every month, do you then come to expect it?
Yeah, in some ways, yeah.
I mean, Peter sent me some wonderful gifts, which I'd appreciate anything. And then very, very kindly said, because I said to him, I love these bottles. Peter, you need to tell me where you bought these from. I need more, and I'm not accepting you sending them to me. Because I'll tell you what I've done with them. I come up with this brilliant idea for the hotel. Instead of buying bits and bobs for home and for the hotel, what I've done, I've actually bought some empty, see these bottles? These are the bottles that the AK Interactives come in. Now I've actually bought, I'm showing people things, Spirit. Right, so I bought some empty bottles, and rather than buying like bits and bobs that I need, I've decanted into these bottles. There's more than enough there for 3 weeks, and when they start to get low, all I have to do is just bring them home, top them up. So I've got 3 bottles of varnish there, I've got my gloss primer, and then I've got my, I always struggle to pronounce that, Steinlerez. So I've got my primer in there, and that should last me 3 weeks. And when it gets low, then I'll get I'll just bring the bottle home, and that's all I got to bring home, 1 bottle to top it up. Now, last time I went to the hotel, I made a big bottle of my paint water up.
Yeah.
The lid came off, and it leaked into my work jumper, and my jumper stunk of IPA.
No.
So this time, these bottles, that don't look much. These little rubber bits on the top. But do you know what? They're fantastic. So there's the water that's going with me. And then I've got another one, because this will make you laugh. This one's got white spirit in. I thought I had some odorless spirits, but I'm not bothered by the smell of white spirit. So when I do my oil washes, there's my white spirit ready, and these are just fantastic for travel. But so Peter has said, I'll send you some once I get the rest of my gifts ready to post. No, Peter, no, I will not accept bottles off you. All I want to do is I just want to know where I can buy them. You have done far more than enough for me. as far as I'm concerned, you know, you shared the idea when you sent the bottles. I think that's what the idea was, wasn't it? Because I was talking about bottles.
Mm.
You said, "Oh, I'll send you a bottle." And I thought, that's great. That means I can try a bottle. But now I know I like them. I want to use them, but I really can't accept them as a gift. I refuse. If you send me any bottles as a gift, I shall just pop them straight in the bin. How's that? I don't mind, you know, here's something for you to try. You know, that's perfect. But, you know, what stopped me every time I need some bottles to go, "Oh, Peter, I need some bottles," you know?
So I'm like enjoying it with the squad drills.
No, it's fine. It's just, you know, this is the whole point of this stream is we're just chilling out. Well,
Yeah.
that's gone on okay. I'm not totally happy with it. I should be using primer filler on this because it's quite gappy, but I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not going to. I'm just something I found that I decided I'm going to do, and I'm here for the fun, not the technical bits. But I mean, like I say, I don't think I'll even get around to painting it. I would like to paint it. Why buy them when you have them to spare? Well, because I might as well just take everything you own if you just have them. You know, do you have a spare £1,000? I'll have that off you. You know? No, you know, send things out to people, other people. Maybe someone else wants them. You know, there must be other modelers that can use the bottles. And then we'll start, because this is how the modeling community works, isn't it? Do you remember when no one used the Oria screwdriver? And then there was like a few of us went, "Oh, try this. This is, I get on really well with this." Next, you know, everyone's using Oria screwdrivers. Then the Wow Stick came out.
And now the wearers drivers as well.
Do you know, I don't get on with them. I think I'm the only one who doesn't.
Mm.
I don't find them heavy duty enough. Right. So, but you know, horses for courses, isn't it?
Yeah.
But again, I do know a couple of people that say you must use the wearer screwdriver, and I'm like, no, I'll use what I like.
Exactly.
But I did buy. I actually went out and I went for it, and I bought a full set of wearer screwdrivers. I used them once. Thankfully, I buy from Amazon because Amazon you can send stuff back, no arguments. But they went straight back to Amazon, and they were very expensive.
I haven't used them before.
Oh, they are expensive.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's my opinion. That's all it is. I didn't get on with them. But, I mean, I know, like, I was watching a video, was it today or yesterday, from Building with the Boys. He's doing he's been sent 2 packs of the Transformers. Yeah. And there's one bit where, you know what Fan Home and DeAgostini are like. They send you these little tiny screws. And he's saying, "Oh, you'll need to get your wearer out." I mean, obviously, what he means by that is you get your screwdriver out that can handle little tiny screws. But basically, the point he's making was that you can't put those screws in with a screwdriver that they supply with the magazine. I've got to find my cutters because these are not Citadel as I remember them. They aren't nearly as good as the old Citadel ones. But I've got my Japanese engineered steel ones at the hotel. I have got a pair at home and I can't find them. So I'm a bit annoyed by that. But I'm actually thinking of investing in these God Hands ones. I'm hearing great reviews about them, but the trouble is I've not actually used them. They are expensive and they're very, very good. But like the wearer screwdrivers, would they work for me?
Depends.
I know they say buy cheap, buy twice. You know, and if you buy a £3 pair of cutters and they last you a week, and then you buy a £25 pair of cutters and they last you 10 weeks, then obviously the £25 ones work out cheaper in the long run. But what if you buy a £10 pair of cutters and they last you 6 months, and then you buy a £50 pair of cutters and they only last you a year? Well, you're obviously better off buying the cheap ones more often, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, they have some dodgy places to glue things, don't they? Right, Missy. Oh, do you know what? I hate this. I'm trying to model and the cat's trying to come up, but she's trying to be lovely and loving. And how can you push a kitten away when she's being loving?
Yeah.
I just feel nasty, so I'm just going to have to let her sit on my lap for a bit. Are you going to settle down? But then when she settles down on my lap, Shadow will be like, oh, that's not fair. She's getting all the fuss. I need to join. And then he'll come and muscle in. And that's when it all goes wrong. I think he does forget his size sometimes. He just come bounding in. And everyone suffers as a result. That's all right, isn't it? So I think the conclusion I've got here is Tamiya glue on Warhammer is a yes.
Nice.
Oh, that is a nice fit. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's got 2-point contact. But I'm not going to glue this on yet because I'll glue the other side on. I've got a bit to go in there. Is there something to go in there? There looks like a sticky out lump there. So it looks like something's got to go on there. All right, piece 1E. Oh, that's weird. So on this page, you go A, B, C. So you go what I would call normal. And then on this page, you've got to go D, E, F, G. Right, come on then. Come on, fame monster.
Tell you what I do like it is these squares.
Yeah.
The square drugs are much better.
Oh, do you know what? We nearly had a perfect crescent there between the cat's back and your head. We nearly had a going across the two screens.
There we are. Look what I've done there.
We've been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes. I really can't stream really late today because I have got to get ready for my journey tomorrow. I've actually got a nice train journey. I've got like a 10 o'clock train from my hometown. And then I've got like the train from my town to Glasgow is every half an hour. And they've given me 45 minutes to change. It's the same train station. They've given me 45-minute change. So that means that if I did miss my train, I could probably still get there on time. I will get my normal train because I'd rather have 10 to 15 minutes. That's pushing it a little bit in Glasgow. And I do like to chill. And I'm not into expensive coffees, but as I'm traveling, I will get a Starbucks coffee and a muffin. Or I might actually have a Burger King tomorrow. Nice. Have you had a Burger King recently?
No.
Do you know what? I'm actually really impressed with them. A lot of places, I don't drink Coke and I don't drink kids stuff and you go to somewhere like McDonald's and the meal consists of a burger, chips and a drink. And I'm really not into the chips. And if you want to change the chips, you've got to pay extra. And KFC I'm annoyed with because if you don't want the drink, you want a coffee, you have to pay extra for the coffee. And I'm like, what's that about? Now, Burger King have gone slightly different. If you get like, for example, a Whopper meal, you can choose fries or onion rings as the sides. And then if you choose a coffee for the drink, they don't charge you extra for it. And I'm like, that's perfect. But I don't know what the state of play is generally, but where I am, there's not that many Burger Kings.
No, yeah.
I think they've got the numbers round the wrong way on this. Because this is H14, but H14, that looks more like H13. Right, well, we'll cut it off. We'll have a look. H. Have I cut the piece off already? Where's that gone? Ah, that's interesting. So H13 looks like that, but that's actually H14. Now H13, which is labelled H14, this is so harshette for you. That's what the piece looks like. That's what the piece actually is. It is the correct piece, but it doesn't look like the hand there, does it? Right,
Yeah.
let's say goodbye to Peter. So, a lot of people have said, I'm going to have to go now. Got to find some stuff out for someone to collect in the morning, or I'll be like a madman rushing around in the morning. No problems. You go and you take care.
Take care, Peter.
I've got a feeling I'm going to receive gifts now, and I'm going to feel really bad about it.
Oh, who knows?
I just want to know where he got them from so I can buy them. I don't want to rely on him sending. I mean, like I say, when anyone sends me stuff to go, oh, give this a try. You know, people have sent me stuff before and I've gone, yeah, I tried it, but it didn't work for me. You know, like I say, not everything's going to work for everybody.
No.
Right, so I reckon that's got a step on it. So that's going to go like that. Let's see how this fits on. That's a lot easier. Put the hand on first and then slip the Orbi thing on. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not bad actually. Yeah, so rather than gluing this together, I've just accidentally discovered it's better to glue it on separate pieces.
Yeah.
Having said that, now that I've figured out how it goes, maybe I will glue it as per the magazine. I'm finding this with a lot of the Warhammers. It's difficult to work out how things go together, so all you can really do is just muck around with it until you find it. But that's actually a nice fit now. That's not a nice fit because it's got a little screw nub on it. That's why. Take the screw nub off, it might actually fit properly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's beautiful. See, again, this is, you know, these are expensive. I mean, Games Workshop, they're going under a lot of flack at the moment. Their price increases are very high. But apparently what they've done is they've been selling these rule books, knowing full well they're about to change them. And these people have gone out and spent hundreds of pounds on these rule books. And then a week after buying them, they've gone, right, new rules, guys. The books that you've got are now completely obsolete. And that's a bit nasty, isn't it? How do you feel about spending hundreds of pounds on stuff and then suddenly it's completely worthless, just like that?
You'd be don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of defended them when they brought Age of Sigmar out. That was a complete rewrite, and it was a complete change. Now, I shouldn't step that on. Okay, much difficulty I'm going to have painting that. Basically, what it meant was that everyone who's been spending years on Warhammer, their figures aren't really any good anymore, or not as good. And they even changed the base sizes. So imagine you got 1,000 models with square bases, and suddenly you got to rebase them. And, you know, basing can take a long time.
Yeah.
You've got to take all the bases off and put round ones on. Because of the stage I was at with my Warhammer, and I kind of gave the rules a chance, I did actually like it. But it was quite funny when it first came out. They got rid of the point system. And what that meant was some people were being a bit of a dick. The idea of a point system is that everything's even. So you might have some big tough characters. You've got a limit on the number of points you can have. So your big tough characters are going to be worth more points, and your little ones are going to be worth less points. So if you pick a load of tough characters, you're not going to have as many figures on the board. And if you have weaker characters, then obviously you can get more figures. Because they'd done away with the point system, they thought, oh, everyone will be nice and fair and work it out between themselves. And you weren't. You were getting dickheads that were coming with a van full of figures, 15 cases of figures, and they were going up against beginners who just had their starter set, with maybe 20 or 30 figures, and obviously wiping the floor with them because they just had, had that been the old system, it's like having 500 points against 10,000 points. And even an idiot can win with that many points difference. But I mean, our store that I was using at the time wasn't as bad. We tended to find we had people that, we'd kind of play along the getting permission. Do you mind if I have this figure? And then the other person say, well, if you have that one, I want this one. And you're like, yeah, okay then. And then they go, oh, I don't know much about that one. Do you mind not having it? And then I might say, well, if I can't have this, you can't have that one. And then, you're always looking for a fair battle. And, it was all handshakes at the end of the battle and everything. Because you got to remember, I know everybody wants to win, but it is only a friendly game at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But they have now introduced a point system in Age of Sigmar. But you do have what's the word? I'm trying to think what the word is when something is very, very powerful for the number of points it has. And it is, if you can make someone shout really loud, it's really funny. Well, I used to have some figures. If you kill them, they actually get a free attack. It's some kind of frenzy. And then there was another one that if you roll like a 6 after he dies, sorry, if he takes a hit and then rolls a 6, he actually gets to take over one of his opposition characters. And what this guy had done, he was obviously a little bit worried about him, so he put two Lord figures up against it. So 2 on 1. Scored a hit. I rolled and I got to take over one of his figures for 1 turn. And this figure, like 6 attacks. So I said, all right, well, that Lord is going to attack the other Lords. And this guy shouted, oh, that's so wrong. I was, no, it's in the rules. I just thought that was hilarious. Right, have they given me something that doesn't fit?
I don't know.
They shouldn't, they haven't.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a good fit. Not a great fit. Oh, there we go. It's got to really push in. Right. I think the best way to do then is flood this with thick glue. Well, it's not flood it, but
I don't know.
there's a definite little line there where it's going to go. But if I put ample glue on, actually that's a little bit too thick there. Put a nice thin layer of glue on, give it about 10 seconds just to start working on that plastic. You know how this glue works, don't you, Chris? polystyrene cement. So basically what polystyrene cement does, it actually melts the plastic. And then once it makes contact with the other surface, it then melts that plastic, just the top layer. And then what happens then is the two melted surfaces of plastic stick together, and then they actually join. So instead of like super glue, you make a contact like that. It kind of, as it all melts, it kind of all mixes. So you'll have some of that plastic and melt into that, and then it goes hard. It actually becomes one piece. But it doesn't do it instantly. So sometimes you just want, do you know what? I like that now. I wasn't sure about that, but look at the way it wraps around. And what I can do, if I just pop a little bit of extra thin in there,
Nice.
that'll stick to the side there then. Do you know what? This is why I always say give it a chance. I was a bit critical of this, wasn't I?
Yeah.
That's quite a nice little figure, actually. It's not finished yet, but that's the main one. Yeah, that's all right. Nice. Nicey, nice. Yeah, so that's basically how plastic cement works.
Nice, cool.
But it does take a while to set. Because obviously, you imagine you got melted plastic, and it's all, for sake of purposes, it's a liquid, and you just need to give it the time to go hard again. That's why they say leave it overnight. We talk about drying time and curing time.
Yeah, of course.
Drying time is basically when it's dried enough that you can paint or whatever do with it, but really, you need it to fully cure so that the plastic's back to like this. Right, so H18 and 19, that's these two pieces. These are the ones I'm quite looking forward to. I mean, I won't get them done tonight, but I used to love painting fire. I got to one phase, I was just looking for figures that had fire in them. I knew I could paint them. I mean, I actually said to, it's one of the good things about Games Workshop, you can actually book sessions with them. And I remember saying to one guy, I said, "Oh, can I book a session with you to learn how to paint fire?" And he says, "Yeah, no problems." And we booked a time when we knew he'd be free. He says, "Oh, can you make this time?" Because the shops generally, he says, obviously the problem is I am here selling as well, so if the customer comes in, I'd obviously have to leave you.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, no worries. And so we picked a quiet time when he tends to get less customers. I'm not gluing this yet because I want to see how that top bit goes in. Yeah, and he taught me how to paint fire. And it's always down to the same thing all the time. Thin paints. But with fire, you have to really, really thin your paints because you want to catch that layer underneath.
That's cool, yeah.
I might do fire one day, do it on camera. Because I do.
That'd be cool,
yeah. And the other thing about fire is that it works completely opposite of anything else. When you do your highlights, you start off dark in the shadows and then you work up lighter and lighter so that on the very tips it's much lighter. It's actually complete opposite with fire. It's white in the middle where it's hottest. That works, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then it's darkest. It's actually black right at the very end, not red. People think fire is red and orange, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
But it actually starts off as white. So round about these little crevices there, you'll keep that white, and then you'll bring the yellow in, and then you'll bring another layer of yellow, but not all the way down to where you started. Then you'll bring the orange in, but not where the yellow is. Then you'll do another orange just to intensify it. And then you do the red, a couple of reds, and then you do a brown, and then
Yeah.
the very, very tips, you'll just dry brush a little bit of black, just where that fire is transitioning from being flames to smoke. And it's
Oh, yeah, awesome.
yeah. I mean, they say in order to paint or make something, you've got to understand the subject.
Yeah.
What makes
Yeah.
it difficult with fire is it's like a living being. It does its own thing. You can't predict where the flames are. But what you can predict is the process of it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a little kid. You know he's going to run. You can appreciate the fact he's going to use his legs and run. What you can't appreciate is where he's going to run and when.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good analogy or not?
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Right, bear with me. I've just heard my phone buzz, but I can't find my phone. There it is. Oh, that was just a notification. Nothing interesting, really. I hate that. You get all excited, you get a notification on your phone, and it's like, oh, that's quite boring. Right.
Yeah.
I think it might be a good idea to not stick this on. Yeah, I'm not going to stick that on. Right, so I probably shouldn't have stuck most of those on. So I'll show you a little trick for holding small pieces in a minute.
Cool. Yeah.
You'll like this.
Oh.
So I got a feeling I did that off camera.
I'm doing well better.
Good, good. Are you enjoying it though? That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing is though, Chris, I might end up correcting you here. What do you define as doing well? Are you doing it wet? Does it look good, or are you doing it quickly?
No, it looks good, yeah.
Right, as long as it looks good. I mean, basically all that matters, I mean, there might be people out there that can diamond paint 10 times faster than you. That doesn't matter. If it's bringing you a bit of joy and you're enjoying yourself, then that's all that matters. Well, you wait till you start switching colors, because that's
going to be fun.
you do a large area of one color and you're like, oh, this is nice, you know, it's all coming along, and then all of a sudden you switch color and some detail starts to come in.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Really nice, yeah. And when you have it is hard work, but if you've got like 14 shades of blue, and suddenly you see the detail that's created by having different shades of blue,
Yeah.
like, wow. But because you're looking so closely, intensely at it, you don't really notice it happening until it's all happened. Right, I just did a little test there. I wanted to see if these fire bits are interchangeable. I didn't want to be forced to have to remember which one goes in which.
Yeah, I've enjoyed. This is cool.
Good, good. There you go, Mike. If you're watching, we did well on the Prezi.
Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking brilliant when it's done.
Well, there's nothing worse than buying someone something and they're like, what's that? I didn't enjoy that.
Yeah.
Mind you, you're one of those people that appreciate just about anything, won't you, Chris?
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah. Even if it's something, you know, if it's something you didn't want, you'd go, well, it wasn't really what I liked, but I really do appreciate you buying it for me.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I think it'd be a bit more tactful than that.
Yeah.
Did you actually finish that last one you bought?
I haven't finished it now.
Is that because this one's better, or because you just given up on it, or?
Just time with it.
Fair enough.
Because everything's gone wrong.
So the little trick I'm going to teach you, which I can't teach you because I haven't got any, but you need a paper clip. So obviously when you want to paint that, that's quite tricky to hold and paint.
Yeah.
So what I always do is find an area that you don't need, that you know the bottom isn't good. So you see, like once I glue that in, you're not going to see the bottom. So what I would then do is drill a hole. You need to find out how big the paper clip is, but you drill a hole the same thickness of a piece of paper clip, and then you glue the paper clip into there.
Yeah.
And then you can hold it by the paper clip. And then what you do is, because it's super glue, which has, thank you for teaching me this, P40, it has no strength. You can actually wedge it out. But if you can't wedge it out, all you need to do is just cut the paper clip there. And then when you come to glue it, you'll never see it. And that's how I do small pieces like that. I mean, this is easy because I can put my fingers in there. And these are easy because I could probably, there you go, I could put them on my little fingers. But yeah, but these are a little bit harder. So I would drill and paper clip them. Not something you often do in scale models. So a lot of scale modelers might be going, oh, I didn't know that. But you probably wouldn't use them that much anyway. There will be the odd time when you will. But do you know, I'm sure I had loads of paper clips somewhere. But basically any piece of any piece of thin metal. I could use these actually. Use that end of it. Drill the hole in and just pop that in there. But I've got to be able to get that out at the end of it. So don't go using your Gorilla Glues, because Gorilla Glues are really good. Use your cheap ones that you buy from Poundland. But I'll tell you what I will do. I can do that. I'm going to use cocktail sticks instead. But to use a cocktail stick, oh my God, look. These are drill bits that I got with a cheap drill. I don't like them. You can't tell what size they are, but they've been left in that bag. Look, it's a Sealy bag. I've never really opened them, but look, there's rust in there. You can see it. That's how bad they are. So I think I'll use that. This is my drill, look. So this brown bit, this is a Citadel Games Workshop drill, which actually is the best drill I've ever used. Best manual drill. But the head doesn't work well for all the pieces that I want. Now, I bought another drill with a head that works really well, but I'm not getting on well with the handle. So what I've done is I've taken the end off one and just, so I've got, what do you call it, a hybrid. But this is good because it opens up much wider, so I can use bigger drills in it, and it just works better for me. So, you know, which of those two drills do I prefer? Well, they both have their pros and cons, but I'm lucky that I can switch them over.
Yeah.
Use, create. A bit too big for that. See, I got no idea what that size is. I also picked some drill bits up from Lidl's the other day, but they're not really going to be suitable for this because the amount of drilling I need to drill. I got these little bits. I see people raving about them. I don't really know if they're perfect or not. I'm looking for drill bits that I can use in a manual, like a drill like this, but also in an electric one. And so far, I've got these micro box ones. They go from 0.5 to 0.22. They go into this, and if I'm in a position to be a lot more aggressive, I'm using my manicure e-file. Should we go? Let's go 1.5. I think that's going to be too small. So if I go 1.5, and the reason I love this is you twist it to open it, you can slip the drill in, and then it locks. That's locked. And the speed is adjustable from 1000 RPM, that's 1000, all the way up to 30,000. And if you then press this button, it then goes into reverse. So sometimes you'll drill and then the drill gets stuck. So you just pop it into reverse and get it out again. But 30 is way, way, way too much. Probably only want about 1 for this. And also, look how true that runs.
Nice.
There's hardly any wobble, is there?
That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's designed for nail care, but I tend to not use it so much because when I do,
Yeah.
that did not like that. There you go. Nice little hole drilled in, and I've drilled that. Press the button once to pause it. Press it again to get it going again. Yeah, I want bigger than that. That's what I thought. But once you go for a drill bit that's too small, and then you can then figure out how much it's too small by. So I'm going to try 2 mil. And all the shafts on these the exact same width thickness.
Nice.
Try 10. I can get away with a bit more now because I've already got the pilot hole.
Yeah.
Don't push too hard. I discovered that when I've broken one of these drill bits. They've got a wow stick. It looks like a wow stick, but it's actually a drill. And yeah, I think that wants to go deeper. Need to be careful when going deeper, because if I'm not exactly in the middle, yeah, that's not liking that. So let's stick it in reverse. Yeah, this is the problem I had before.
Was it your computer then making a noise?
Pardon?
Was it your side that could hear that beep?
Could well have been, because I've just had an email come in.
Okay.
Standard Microsoft Outlook noise.
Okay.
I think that's about as far as I'm going to go with that one. It's really struggling to get any deeper. So I'll cut the thin end of the cocktail stick off. I might actually have used the wrong size hole. Yeah, I have, look. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. Right, so now at least we know we can get one of them done right, can't we? Now that we know that's too big. So I'll drop down to the 1.8 and I'll do the other one. Complete amateur teaches professionals how to do stuff, look.
Yeah, awesome.
No, you obviously didn't get that, did you, Chris?
Oh, yeah. Now we go.
Oh, that's gone in too fast. That's not so much drilled a hole as melted a hole. See, I'm one of these late. Oh, that was hot. I'm one of these lazy modelers, and I'll try and avoid using that's better. That was the perfect size. Do you know what? I'm going to cheat and I'm going to do another hole in this one. Yeah, I'll never use manual tills if I can get away with doing an automatic till.
Yeah. So I'll put the base.
Yeah, I think that was too fast. Oh fuck! I've let it cool down. Now I can't get the plastic off the end. I'm a klutz, aren't I?
You had that word before.
What's that?
What you just called yourself?
A klutz.
Yeah, I've heard it before.
Yeah, it's one of those funny words, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think I'm going to end up breaking the tip.
So you get on with your side.
How am I what?
Get on yourself.
Oh, well, you're watching me, aren't you? I'm getting on all right.
Awesome.
No, it's all right. I'm getting on. Things are happening for me.
Yeah.
I have completely fucked this up, haven't I?
So,
I got me drill bit. I thought, oh, I know. If I drill into the sprue, it'll get warm and it'll melt the plastic that's on there. And all I've done is I've just glued the drill bit in.
you've been a taught to do.
Made it even worse.
You've been a tot.
I've been yeah. Is that a Welsh word?
I said that word. We won't say the other word.
Oh, I'll show you another good thing about this. Stop. If you unlock it,
Yeah.
not got that drill in properly, it won't work. Nice little safety feature. I'm going to have to do something about that. But
Go for a laugh, like it.
but look, I got the hole I desired anyway. So,
Yeah.
Right. Oh, well, I think as far as I'm concerned, that's a good place for me to stop.
Yeah.
It's now hitting 10 o'clock. As I say, I've still got. Oh shit! I ain't fed the cats yet. I normally feed them a little bit before now. I mean, they're not super late, and but we've got them on a new diet. It's a little bit awkward because Shadow's ready for cat food. Now, obviously, Spirit isn't, but he's overweight. So I've got him this senior prone to weight loss food. Now, if I put kitten food down and Spirit leaves some, he'll eat it and then he'll get fat, even fatter than he is now.
Yeah.
But if I give him nothing but adult food and don't give any kitten food to the kitten, is she then getting the nutrients and the calories that she needs to grow up healthy?
It's an awkward one, isn't it?
Yeah, so the tactic I'm going for was that I was going to give, because he won't eat cat food. Anything processed, he won't touch. But he is very fussy.
Mm.
Dominique says if you have a stream on the 30th, he's home alone. Let me have a look. Let me check my diary. I actually have to have a diary now so that I know what I'm doing. It's one thing I love about London. They like to give you your duties weeks in advance. Kilmarnock give you duties days in advance. Right, on the 30th, I am working an early, and then I'm early on the next day. So sadly not. What I'm planning on doing is doing a stream. I've got Wednesday off that week, but I don't want to do a stream on the Wednesday because obviously, Chris, you stream, don't you?
Yeah.
What's useful is I finish work at 3:30 on the Tuesday. So I'm going to do a Tuesday night stream. And then I'm going to look at getting an early on because I need to get my overtime in because I like earning money. So I might be doing one on the 26th, but I won't. So they've given me 5 days. They won't give me a day off because they say that's 5 days. But to me, that's doing 7 days because my week runs from Monday, which is there, all the way through to Sunday. So they've given me 7 days that week. But under there, because their working week runs from Saturday to Friday. So as far as they're concerned, they've given me 5 days. So I'm quite... See, the trouble is, the only answer I've got is, all right, then, fine. If you won't give me 1 day off there, I won't do overtime on that day. But then I'm the only one who's going to suffer then, aren't I? Because I won't earn the money.
Yeah.
28th is on Thursday. It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
See, I'm on an early on the, but again, I'm on an early the next day. Trying to think some good days I can do. See, I'm on lates to start with. So I don't finish till I won't be home till after 10. That one starts 6:30, 9 o'clock. They've given me mostly earlies to middles. So I can only really stream after work. After work when I've got a day off the next day. So it looks like I might only get 2 streams in the next 3 weeks. Teresa's done her little trick to get me streaming longer, hasn't she? How are you? I'm very well. So what I've done today, Teresa, assuming you haven't caught the stream yet, I've built this. I didn't think I was going to build this much. So everything I've done, I think I've done all right. So I've built this. I've built these. I didn't want to glue these in because I thought it'd be difficult to get at them to paint the bottom. So I've drilled a couple of holes in so I can put cocktail sticks in so I can hold them. And then when I'm finished, I just pull it off. And I managed to melt my drill bit into a sprue, which I thought was rather clever. And, you know, of all the people in the world, I think I'm probably the only one that would screw up that badly, wouldn't I?
I love that.
But if I can't fix it, I'm not worried because I've got a broken drill bit from the other set, but not that size. So I probably need to buy another set. I'm looking, I don't know if anyone can help me on this. Is there any companies that sell, rather than selling a set of drill bits, like 10 drill bits, one of each different size, is there anyone that sells like 10.6 drill bits or 10.8s? Because that would be handy to have, because, you know, these drill bits, no matter who you are, these aren't going to last forever anyway. And I think it's unreasonable to expect them to. You know, when you break one drill bit out of a set, you've got to replace the whole set to keep a full set.
Yeah.
So I would like to be able to buy just one size drill bit. I know you can with like woodworking and, you know, for proper size drill bits you can. But I don't know if you can with hobby size ones. And I'm wondering, see, I was thinking about, here we are, hi all, hi Peter. Hi Peter. Peter's actually not here anymore. He's gone, I think. Hi Dominique, hi all. Hi all, hi Teresa.
Hi Teresa, what's happening?
Yeah. So to recap then, I'm currently playing around with my camcorder. I've got very good results with a camcorder. However, the lead on the camcorder is not long enough for me to push it right up there and have it looking down. But because it's got a very good zoom facility on it, it's actually going to replace two camcorders, two webcams, which means I can then use one of those webcams as a face camera, which means that will then improve the quality of the front-facing camera. I'm going to change. Why am I trying to change my microphone? So by replacing this camera, which is not bad quality, actually. The only issue I have, focus seems a bit slow. It seems a bit better now. But I told it it's been made redundant, and suddenly it starts working really well. But that's going to be replaced with a better camera, which then means that this view is then going to be better because this camera is going to be put there. So, and then because I'm a little bit lazy and I hate doing extra work, I'm going to buy another camcorder, one for the hotel. Well, is that being a bit extravagant, do you think? Well, I say do it while I can. Do it while I can. So I'm very nearly there. The only thing I really, and this has been an issue for a long time. I've got a good light, but it's just not. It's not as good as it could be. I want to play with this a bit more today as well. This is a portable airbrush. I like it nearly as much as my proper setup here. One of the things that I like about it, you can clean it out with water, because instead of flushing through cleaners and stuff, I can actually take this to the sink and I can turn the tap on, I can run water into the sink. And because I'm getting that paint straight away, and I'm not having to spray it into spray booths and that, it goes straight down the drain. It's so much easier to clean. But it still obviously does need a very good clean, a proper clean. But for using it at the hotel, what I can do is I can just do my quick cleans day in, day out when I use it. Pop it in me because it's very small. It does come in a box, but you know I lose boxes. Come on. So that's how much space it takes up in my suitcase. Pop it in my suitcase, bring it home, give it a proper clean with my cleaners and everything. And jobs are good. And so I'm really liking that. This is a bit more expensive than the last one I had, but it's 10 times better. I think the mistake I'd made is I bought a portable airbrush, and then I went back onto YouTube and I looked up a couple of videos, and then there was one guy recommended a specific one. So I bought that specific one. I've spent a few more pennies on it, but I don't mind spending a few extra pennies if I'm getting a better quality one. Right. So, yeah. So Dominic's, I'm going to bed. I'll keep an eye on it. If I'm home alone, I'll come live for it. Yeah. I'm probably mostly going to be streaming either Tuesday or Wednesday. Oh, that hurt. That really hurt me, Missy. This little culprit. Let's just use my leg as a climbing frame. But she has about here is her turn the purr button on. You just do that and she instantly purrs. He's bigger than you, nearly. Oh, I see. I put her on the table and she instantly, she goes on my lap. She does love it on my lap. She just loves rubbing against my arm. She does that all the time. It's lovely. Right, and I've just discovered I bought some cake bars for the stream and I've not had one. So it's my breakfast for the morning, isn't it? Caramel cake bars.
I'll have one.
Yeah, you can have one if you want. Oh, do you remember that thing we did with the Tunnock's tea cake, Tunnock's caramel wafers? Well, we had one pass it through the camera like that. And then someone the other end was gone, thank you very much.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
I think that just came about from something that we've done by accident. It was there was a few of us on the stream, and I think I'd done that or something just at the same time as someone else had just happened to have gone like that, just by sheer coincidence.
Yeah, that was mad.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing I might get for this is,
What's that?
you know, the light pads you can put underneath these.
Yeah. I'll show you a little trick, shall I?
Yeah.
Get your background on your phone to something white and then use your phone. I think you can actually get, I think you're on iPhone, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I can't tell you about iPhone apps, but I think there's an app on, here we are.
You could do that.
So there's an app on the Play Store called, well, I've just picked this one, Drawing Pad Pro. Oh, no, that's not the one. Microsoft Whiteboard.
Oh, yeah.
That might, Whiteboard. There you go, Whiteboard. So install that. That gives you a white screen. Turn the brightness up on your phone. Right? Look how bright that is. And if
that's cool.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not as good as a whiteboard, obviously, but if you don't have a whiteboard, using your phone is just as good. It's better. Well, so I don't know if you want to give it a try just with your normal phone, but
yeah, try next time.
It's just a cheap poor man's whiteboard until you can afford one. See, I think I've only got the one whiteboard. I mean, I have a huge whiteboard because I like to do. Obviously, I do bigger diamond painting, so I like a whiteboard I can get 50 centimeters across. So I do have a big one, but it's not because I'm show offy. It's just it's so easier. If you have an A4 sized one and you're doing big ones, you got to keep moving it and clipping it, and it's hard to do the middle bit because you've got to clip the actual complete. You'd have to start from the bottom and work down or whatever. So, right. So, guys, if you don't mind, I'm going to have to end the stream because I'm off to London tomorrow. Really looking forward to it now. Really looking forward to it. This last 3-6 weeks has been absolutely fantastic for me. I don't mean this in a morbid kind of a way, but I think because I had a bit of a really rough patch. Now that I've come through it and I've adjusted, I think I really do appreciate it more. I think you just need a little bit of negativity in your life to appreciate the good times, and just every now and again life just throws something at you just to remind you. I mean, I do sometimes say, why can't my life just go like that rather than going like that? You know, I'll quite happily lose the high bits if it building with the boys, I laughed at you today. So evening all I only caught the last 5 minutes. So in the last stream I did where building with the boys came on, I said, I've got a bone to pick with you because you built something that's so good and now I want to buy it. Yeah. And then he puts out a video today where he's been gifted a part work of something that he didn't want to do, but now it's really good. So now he wants to buy it. So he's feeling the same as I did before. So I think it's a case of what goes around comes around.
Karma.
Smith B says, I don't consider us to be late more that Penny was early. Well, I have a little saying. Anytime anyone says I'm late, I always say to them, yeah, but if I didn't turn up at all, this could be considered early. So what have I done today? Apart from sitting there talking, it's been a fun session. I actually found an old part work that I'd given up on. The Age of Sigmar Mortal Realms. It is a nice part work, but I just found myself, it was just at that stage in my life where I just didn't really have time to build it. and the magazines were building up, and I'm like, do you know what? I'm not going to get through these, so I cancelled the build. I also tried the Conquest, and that's even worse because I'm really not into Warhammer 40,000. I like good old hand-to-hand scraps, you know, old-fashioned, get your swords out and your bows and arrows and stuff like that and work things out. Warhammer 40,000, it's a bit more spaceships and tanks and laser guns, and that don't kill me so much. And it's all about the Space Marines. Everyone's got to have Space Marines, and apparently that's like 70% of Games Workshop's profits is Space Marines. So yeah, and I didn't go through with that one. I'm doing the Warhammer Stormbringer, and now I've got time to do it. I am a little bit behind on it. I think I've got a backlog of about 10 magazines, but if you like part works where there is a lot to do, that is probably the perfect part work, because it, you know, if I didn't do all my part works and all I did, I had no scale models, and I was going out and I was doing an 8-hour day and I had maybe an hour a day to hobby, that would keep me going for most of the week. It is quite a lot to do. You've got to build them, then you've got to paint them, and then you've got to do the next color and the next color, and then you're thinking, oh, I want to get this done before the next week comes out. And they're not like part works. You'll get one issue where it's really, really complex and it takes you ages to do, and then you'll get next week will come out and it's like over in 2 minutes. These ones, it's not like that. It's a lot to do. But anyway, I'm waffling on now. So we've been trying to sort the house out all week. You know, poor old lodger, he's paying me rent, and his bedroom has got all my stuff in. So we've finally got round to putting stuff in the attic, and then I came across this in the attic, and I thought, you know what, I'll do that on tonight's stream. So I've only got as far as building it. I didn't think I'd get that far. So it's a statue. And I just, it caught my eye because I actually like painting stonework. And then I didn't want to glue these bits on because I thought it'd be easier to paint. So I drilled a hole in the bottom so I could put a cotton stick in. And I've managed to get my drill bit stuck in the sprue. So I think, yeah, so I think I've lost that drill bit. And now that the plastic's gone cold, it's gone solid. That's welded in there. That drill bit's never coming out. So there's my cock up for the day. But we all have them, don't we? We do a big mess up, and sometimes we don't, and sometimes it's really costly, and sometimes it isn't. And I've just realised I've run out of cigarettes, so now that means that I am forced to go over. I've been trying to give up smoke, and I've been slipping a little bit. I've been on the vape, and I've slipped this week, and I really don't care. So now I'm back on the vapes because it's that I'll go out and buy more cigarettes, and they're not cheap, are they, anymore? I know I can do it with this. So I'm probably going to cough all over the place now. Right, yeah, so guys, I'm afraid that's it. I'm going to have an early-ish night. Getting to bed before midnight is becoming a bit of a novelty for me. Yeah, especially given that me and Chris will probably, I know it's like on the streams, we probably end up chatting. You've done well. You've done all right there. How do you feel now that you've hit a second colour, Chris?
I haven't hit no second colour yet.
I thought you had. It looks like you've done that little bit of the badge.
No, I've done some of the whites first.
You're just up to it, are you?
Yeah.
So how many different colours is that black line? 2 or 3?
Don't know.
How many different symbols are there?
There's loads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So that black line, sorry. So that black line is maybe 5 or 6 different colours.
Probably, yeah.
So it looks
but
like,
that's so much.
Yeah. So Mike's done a good job on that one then, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So
that's me done so far, but
a little bit of blatant advertising. If you do diamond painting and you want to custom, look up Smith Speed, because
yeah, exactly.
You ain't going to do much worse. Sorry, You ain't going to do a lot better than Smith Speeds. I got me wrong words round the wrong way. You ain't going to do much better than Smith Speeds, and the prices are reasonable. I mean, you look at these cheap Chinese companies. You part with your cash, and I ain't going to lie to you. They are cheaper than Smith Speeds, but they're going to send you something. They wouldn't have sent you a proof. You don't know the quality of the beads, and it's gonna, it's gonna come. And even if they had a bad diamond painting, and you go, "Oh, this is awful," and they go, "Oh no, no worries, we'll sort it out." It's then going to take weeks to sort out, But that's what you get for buying cheap, isn't it? And then I don't know many people who have used those companies and then decide to use them again. Go with Smith Speed. I bought a few off Smith Speeds. Do you know what? As I've been sorting things out, I'm going to whip mine out because I know where it is now. Oh, bless. See, this is the funny thing. Building with the boys is off to Scotland. I mean, you're going from what you said. You're not going anywhere near mine anyway. But I think we're going to cross. Where I'm going to look out the window and I'm going to see the train coming the other way, and that's building with the boys going the other way. Yeah,
awesome.
But I was going to say to him, if he was up this way when I'm on holiday or home, he's always welcome to pop in. So this is another Smith Speed custom that I'm doing. I'm one of those saddos that take a picture of my buses, and I've got it to. But what it was, I was at Blue Water. I think I was doing Route B. Nice little route. I used to work out of Gravesend, and it just all of a sudden it just chucked it down with snow, and within about 5 minutes there was snow everywhere. And I like it because you see where these lines are actually snow falling. But what we then also did is we've replaced about 5% randomly of the black ones to ABs, just to give it a bit more of a twinkle. I don't know how well it twinkles. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? Not too many, not full on sparkle, but just a little bit, just to give it a bit of a nice twinkly look. Enjoying that one. Really enjoying that one. I'll give you a little bit of a spoiler, shall I? I will be doing another diamond painting. Just the one. And that's all I'm spoiling. I've got a bit of a surprise. I'm actually, it's so good, it's so big. Something's going to happen at Christmas, and I'm actually, can you believe it? I'm actually organised for Christmas more than 2 days in advance. But building with the boys has to pack for Scotland, and I have to pack for London. But I'm on my good week for travelling because I'm working in London and I have 1 week's holiday, and then I go back. I don't bother bringing my work clothes with me. I just stick them in another suitcase, stick them in the storeroom. They've all been cleaned. I hand wash my stuff in the hotel, and they're all packed, and I can just turn up tomorrow, and I'm ready to go. And I've got all these clean clothes. I've got clean underwear, clean socks, clean work uniform. I'm ready to go. So it means normally I travel down with half a suitcase, and then I travel back with a full one that weighs a ton. And then every now and again, I get some nice young man goes, "Oh, can I help you with your bag?" And I'm like, yes, you can. Not a problem. Teresa says, "It's looking really good, Penny, and yours is coming along too nicely, Chris." Yeah, wait till you get to... glad to see he got this up release paper. Yeah, when he said, "Oh, I got this sent to me," and I saw the word up, and I went, "I know exactly what that is."
It's brilliant. I like that thing because it helps me a bit.
Because do you find if you take too much of the square off, your hand gets stuck? But if you don't take enough of the square off, you haven't really got a big enough working area.
Yeah.
So, are you quite comfy there, Missy? Because I will say I'm not. If that's all right, if you have any consideration for that, probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to be mean and nasty, and I'm going to do this on stream, and I don't care. I'm going to toss you. I feel terrible. I got given this mat, like a work mat, and it's really good, but the cats have decided they like it, and it's big enough for both of them to sit on. So, but, you know, that's all right. They're liking it, so I'm getting use out of it. So everything's good. You know, you're on your own. Oh, it's lovely in this room this morning. It got cold last night, so I put the heater on. I went to bed, and I always shut the craft door at night because they do kind of investigate and things go flying. So I do shut the door at night. Not that they come in that much anyway, because they do sleep with me. And it turns out I'd forgotten to turn the heater off. And obviously with the door shut, the heat didn't escape from the room. And it was so nice this morning. It was like a little furnace. And I'm like, I got up this morning, came in, and I went, oh no, I forgot to turn the heating off. Oh, but it's so nice. I don't care.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm a little bit mad with myself that I've just ran up the electric bill, but
I've done that before, left the heating on by that pack, so
but what's done is done, isn't it?
yeah, you can go back.
No, exactly. Right, guys. So I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Unfortunately, because you little bugger, she's come back again. She's persistent. So unfortunately, because of the shifts they've given me, there won't be a stream next week. But it looks like there will be streams the 2 Tuesdays after that. I'm thinking about doing this because I'm on earlies both of those days with a Wednesday off. In fact, as it stands, I'm not working next Tuesday. But because I'm off on the Wednesday, it means obviously I can stay up a bit later. And then the Wednesday I'll be going on my day off somewhere. And then so I can do the streams, just see how the internet is in the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we'll just have a little bit of a I don't really know what I'm going to do on the stream, really, because everything I have in the hotel is stuff that I want to film, and I can't film stuff and do it on stream. But we'll work something. Maybe I'll just get a little cheap and funny kit or something, or maybe I'll take some figures with me. Actually, maybe I should take my diamond paintings with me.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, just look at Well, the thing is, I mean, I was thinking about taking that wolf with me, the one I got is it a birthday present? Because it rolls up into the packager, the square, that comes in a square box, like a triangular, like a Toblerone box.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
which means it's quite easy to travel around with, and when I've done it, I can just roll it up, pop plastic band round. So yeah, maybe that's what I can do on my streams. Have a little bit of DPing, keep myself busy. But you know me, I don't do much on stream anyway, because obviously with all the chit chat. Do you know what? I looked earlier on, we had 1 viewer, and I thought, this would be a nice time to end the stream. And now there's 6. So I seem to get more popular towards the end.
Yeah,
I don't know why that is, but yeah, look, guys, I really do have to go because, like another wonderful YouTuber, we have to pack for our travels tomorrow, and I try to get a good night's. I often don't get a good night's sleep on the Saturday because I have so much to do, and I ain't overly worried about travel because obviously I'm not driving. I can always fall asleep on the train, but trains, they don't have reclining seats. I don't know if it's just the train company I use, but who am I going with tomorrow? I forgot who it is now. It's not. See, there's 2 trains. It's really weird. I can go from Edinburgh, and that takes me to King's Cross, and that's with LNER. And LNER is nice, but their coffee is terrible. Or I can go with I've forgotten the name of the bloody company now. Oh, I want to say Arriva, but it's not. I think it's a part of the Arriva group, and they go from Glasgow Central, and that goes down to Euston. Now, got Euston King's Cross. It's only one stop on the tube. That's how close they are.
Cool.
But it's a little bit nicer to go to. It's a little bit more awkward on the tube to go into Euston, but it's a nicer train journey, especially going home. Because you remember, you're going to realise you're getting more tired as you go along. Now, when I go via Glasgow Central, I'll go East Kilbride, Glasgow Central, Euston, King's Cross, Barking. When I go the other way, I have to go East Kilbride, Glasgow, then either walk or get the bus from Glasgow Central to Glasgow Queen Street, then go to Edinburgh, then Edinburgh to King's Cross, and then it's one tube, which is handier when you're a bit tired. And once you get into London, that's it. You just want to get to the hotel. But coming back, that Edinburgh one is a bit of a hassle, because once you get to Edinburgh, you're like, oh, I've still got 2 more trains yet till I get home, and then the taxi home. So ideally, I suppose, you see, if you go via Glasgow, Euston, when you get into London, you've now got 2, and I don't like King's Cross. When you change at King's Cross, it's like about a 58-mile walk from the platform you've got on to the next platform to take you to Hammersmith line. The Hammersmith, because I can get the District or the Hammersmith, and they both take me to the same place. So I do get quite a few available tubes. So
cool.
Are you bald there, or is that just how that is? She's got it's in front of her ears. She's got like a bald. This cat.
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll give it a go. Oh, that didn't help, does it? I don't know if you can see that. She's got a little bald patch there. Right. No, that's because she's not staying still. It is. That's where she's. Yeah, there we go. Don't know if you can see that. It's right where, when cats rub, that's right where she'd rub. But I'm sure I've seen that on other cats. I think she's either worn the fur away where she's been rubbing, or it's meant to be like that, because then obviously her scent can get spread. But that's really weird. You're bald, aren't you? You're bald. But, if you rub away at an area enough, you're going to lose the hair, aren't you?
Yeah.
What camera am I looking for? Is it that one? There we go. There's me. Right. So, guys, I'll say it again. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate your support on the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, because like buttons means that my channel grows, and then I can start making loads of money. So there's actually a YouTuber that does YouTube videos on Red Dead Redemption, and he has this saying, and I think it's ever so funny: no likes, no Tahiti. So, I might incorporate something that into my life. No likes, no Bahamas. So yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, and then I can make loads of money sitting on my butt all day, enjoying myself. So, purely selfish reasons. Right, guys. So before I go, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to put Chris in the spotlight, and then he can. What I'm going to predict what you're going to say. You're going to say thanks for watching, thanks for having me on. Don't forget to look at my channel, and I'm streaming on Wednesday. Am I right?
Sorry, bro, on headlines here, but
no. Right, there you go, Chris. Spotlight is all yours.
Yeah, thanks for having. Thanks again for that stream, Pen. It's been really fun. Don't mind Dom hitting as well. But there'll be more to come Wednesday, 7:30, guys. Give Penny like, share, subscribe as usual on Penny channel or mine, wherever. And then we see you Wednesday,
Are you
guys.
doing Eddie Stobart on Wednesday?
Pardon?
Are you doing Eddie Stobart on Wednesday?
No, I'm going to carry on with the DP till I get more
Okay.
Eddie Stobart.
All right then.
I've
Excellent.
got to do this for a while now so I can get my Eddie Stobart's back up and
Right.
get loads of things. Cause,
You'll have to go out with a bucket and sponge and wash people's cars.
yeah.
Right. Okay. That's it then. So thanks for watching, guys. And I will catch you in my next live stream, which unfortunately won't be for, well, about a week and a half, really, isn't it? In all fairness, it's not next week, the week after, but we're at the end of the week now. It's going to be at the beginning of the week. So, yeah, take care, guys, and I'll catch you in another stream. Thanks for making this a great one. Bye.